this copper will basically have three sets of 5 assembly machines making copper wire to feed into 3 sets of assembly machines making reds. This is wire. So if we build that, that's basically 1 segment's worth and we'll have stone brick going into making the actually, could we belt weave that? I don't have yellow underground belts. I don't have yellow underground belts here. Would that make sense to belt weave it? Then we can, from here, we could bring the, I think that'd be fine. And that makes it easy. Then we can use stack inserters for all of this stuff and make it easier that way. So we go, actually, we don't even need stack inserters on the outputs. We can use that. We can do is that right? I think that's right. All right, and then we can put right in the middle of this one of these. So this chunk will produce 1/3 of this. Assuming... Oh, you know what I didn't put in here? Is the supply to the... Okay, so that's the 2 to 3 on all of these. So that ratio is going to be fine. I'm fine if that's not the exact right amount. So now what we need for this is we need we're going to take all of this up. We're going to have... I guess I need to order the yellow underground belts. How much copper? I think I can share the common copper lines. That should be fine. Okay. You know what? If I do this the smart way, I wait to copy and paste this all the way down until I add the stone tablet production that they need, and the little belt weave to bring the stone tablets into the middle. Alright, so let's run over here and request yellow underground belts. We'll get a bunch of those, we'll stick the extra on the train when we're done. So let's see, we need yellow underground. Let's do 4 stacks of those. That's plenty. Right, so with those, basically going to go like so. Was the steam from the core seam. Alright, so then if we put here and here to make stone tablets. We need to bring those stone tablets need to go there. Let's go get the underground belt so I can see this as we go, and we can cancel that request. I would say this is probably one of the more complex builds that I've actually assembled in Factorio, to be honest. Most of the stuff I do is not really... Most of the time, I'm not really aiming to create massive production of things. I'm looking for... Yeah, that's about enough to make it work. Levels. Okay, so we can basically just bring... Because we don't need as much stone, right? We only need 0.3 of a belt of stone, of the stone brick, to supply all 3 blocks. So if we bring stone, well, stone brick, if we basically just do this, and we go like that, that's going to be perfectly fine. And this will connect to the stone. It's still covered, still gets the entire block covered. And the output for the next section is right there. And the next section is really just taking the circuit output bring in copper wire for it, and the one of these lines for that for those circuits. Why am I? Oh, this never got finished. I was expecting to see all of these doing stuff now that there's plastic here. Guess now we can see these do stuff. Hey, it works. Fantastic. Alright, so if we take this block now, and we go... Copy. Paste. Paste. We probably need to get more red belts from the train. Yep, we ran out of red belts. And then we just need to see copper-wise. So we need... If we pull 2 lines of copper... If we basically pull 2 lines of copper and split it up between... Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So 2 lines of copper split here for this one and this one, and then for this one and this one. We might pull the copper over on this side and run it in from this side for these two, just so that it's a little bit cleaner on where it's going, but that's the general idea. Let's put some of this extra stuff that just doesn't make sense to have in our pockets. I think some of these we can shift C into machines over here. That'll do. Alright, so then... I think we want to... Yeah, we'll just do that to connect power. So that's all of these things with power. Which I think bringing the copper for this block in on the right side probably will be easier. We still have a couple of underground belts to do with that, but it just feels like it will be ever so slightly simpler in its placement that way. Okay, that can go away. Alright, so now let's take that. We'll do... Actually, if we take there, those two are going to be our copper belts. Like so. That's connected. Or do one of these. Then this one, we don't need that stone to come down that far, so we can just do that. Cool. That's ready to go. We just need to plug in the copper and start shipping copper, and we'll have green circuits being made. Well, and plug in the stone. Okay, so I'm gonna do an underground from there. And as I hoped, the train is supplying me with those things. This is stone brick. Okay. We're gonna do I kind of want a blueprint just of that option, but we'll just use these. Will be fine. I could do a single unloader, I'm pretty sure, into both of these, but I'd rather have it split between the two. This is, or have it separate sourcing from the train, from the train storage. Okay, so that's going to, that'll take care of filling in all of these. These are going to the right places, to the outputs. Cool. Ah, that's 2/3. Wow. I don't know if it's 2/3 or not, but that's a pretty big chunk of this project, of this circuit project done. So the next part of this, now that we have those done, we need to move. I guess let's park our train over here now, because we need to set the request on this so we can start getting copper in here. All right. We need LTN combinator, all nets, requester only, 211.1 is fine. We're gonna say request stack threshold of, we'll say 100. We're gonna say copper plates, 300. Is that really the amount that I want? That's a lot of copper. 250. 200? 20,000 copper. I think I actually do need the larger amount. Let's do 300 stacks of copper. it's by far, like, it's 4 times the amount of stone that we're going to be using, so we're going to need it. I don't know if we'll get anywhere close to the 1,000 circuits per minute from this. It will be capable of it, but I don't know if we'll have enough material input for a while. Take a scout over here. So it looks like we're currently only getting 1 line of plastic out of here at the refinery. We got 20,000 plastic in the refinery, though. That's pretty solid. Let's look at our lights. So part of the problem is we just don't have enough oil coming in, which there's not a lot I can do about at the moment, apart from just working our way towards getting more oil fields included in the system. Okay, so we have the green circuits split into 3 blocks. So those need to be fed into blocks of 15 assemblers each to get our 45 assemblers total. So the outputs from these we can feed directly into those blocks. And I guess we end up with 16 each. So we're going to end up with 48 assemblers here. It'll be slightly off balanced, but I think we'll be okay. So we're bringing in circuits. We're going to have copper wire, and we're going to have electronic components. These are each going to be... So I think what we can do is we can bring these lines of components through. And then instead of having... Can I get... There's no way I can do... Yeah, there's no way that will reach. Alright, we now have green circuits being made. In this mess. So I think what I'm thinking is we can bring in... I think, based on this, each of these segments will need 1/3 of 1.2 belts. 0.4. This will only need 0.3, or like 0.2 of a belt. So these can be split on one belt, and then we can put the copper cable on the other belt, and then have our outputs. And with that, the belts are all full. So if we pull one of these through to each of these segments that way, and then do that, I guess I could pull them through down here. Might be cleaner. That's... There we go. That looks a little bit better. So this will bring 2 of the 3 things that we need through. And then for each of these, so we basically have 30. All right, so let's do this. Let's break this off onto its own line. So yeah, we need 4 copper wire makers per block. There we go, just so I have parity on. So we have everything sorted out here. Okay, so this is done. So we need 4 for each block of 16 assemblers. We need 4 assemblers making the copper wire. And we won't need... We can basically feed all of those with 1 belt. So if we have... Let's give ourselves just a touch of room. So we'll go like that. We'll have... Actually, I can do... I can. So I can make that... Or what I can do... Instead of feeding it the same way, what if we fed... So that would be... We only need... We don't need a full belt of copper going through this. So if we do that... We can't do it quite there. If we do that, we can take... like that. Merge these. I guess technically I should be doing the drop near and far over here on these outer lines. I don't think... Actually, that might matter. So let's do that before I forget about it. Two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so there's... There we go. We'll do that. That should be... That should be pretty good overall. Okay, so if we expand that under... This will be the last copper line. Okay, this... I also just noticed that I need to turn off a particular hotkey. Settings, controls, detach, couple, decouple. What is it? Train or vehicle. Now, there's a command, I think it's G. There's a key that connect train. It's under miscellaneous. Disconnect train. Clear that, clear that. Confirm. If I don't do that, I'm going to have issues with getting my train disconnected in ways I don't want. Okay, so power-wise... Put this here. Okay. Let's get more green inserters, because I think that block I can copy down the line now. And we'll do this like so. So this will line up with the top of that, of each block. Like so. And like so. And we're out of red belts. We're out of red belts in our pocket. This is a very resource-hungry project. It's going to look, well, at least I think it's going to look pretty impressive when it's done. We're almost out of red belts on... Let's see, I think that's all the red belts that are in the train. So we're going to have to send the train to get more stuff here soon, too. Let's see. Let's grab some of these undergrounds. We have... I think we have enough factories left. We might be short by one. And there's none in the train. That's unfortunate. That's fine though. If we do end up short by one, we'll come back and finish that part. Okay, so these are going to be our advanced circuit production. Now, what's really fun, at least I think it's fun, maybe, is I think we're going to have to basically repeat this entire block for making the processing units, because I don't think we want to... I don't know if we want to ship the red circuits around to make the processing units. But at least this is reasonably modular, so we can copy... We can blueprint this block, and then we can blueprint the stone processing block, and then we just have to basically paste it and put in the inputs. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, that looks like that's... That looks like the power will be suitable that way. Okay, that's all lining up. Okay. Whoops. Oh well, that's fine. So we need to plumb in the belts from the other two spots. Need... Oh, let's finish the inserters up here first, I suppose. We have our outputs. We need... How many of things does this take? I guess since we've got to use red inserters, we can just use the blues as well. Let's see. That. And that. That. And that. So, that way they all sort of match. And then blue inserters. On the outputs. And how many output? So 0.6. So I think if these all combine, or all just do regular merges on from the belts, that'll be fine. All right. All but one of the machines. We got most of the belts in. Not too bad. All right, so let's see here. Wow, most of the belts besides the ones that have to carry all this stuff back up to the supply here. So let's do this. Let's order in more belts and one more assembler. Is there anything else? We need more fast inserters. We might have those on the train. Let's order first. I need red belts, 8 stacks of those. I want assembler 2s. Give me 3 more stacks of those. We'll use them elsewhere. We'll get the fast inserters off this train. And then we just need from here the provider chest loader. This one should do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do... All right. That's the 800 of the belts. We'll clear that request. Put some of these on the train. Mostly because we need to have a little bit of room available. I guess I can put these yellow undergrounds there. Then we'll clear this request. I guess I need to probably pick up all of this station before I start loading it and replace it with a provider station. We got a little more than what we asked for there, I think. Let's see. Don't really want this heavy composite to end up somewhere random. I don't necessarily care about those ending up in weird places because we just make a ton of them anyway. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to say blueprints, miscellaneous, train station, deconstructor. Apparently that didn't pick up the box. I guess the boxes are probably fine. Alright, so blueprints. The boxes are probably fine apart from having the wiring. So let's pick these up. Alright, blueprints. 4-car provider. Okay. We're going to say LTN combinators. We're going to put this here. This is going to be provider of red circuits 1K. Merge all that. This should all be connected properly. This should all be ready to go. I did see it say 160 slot provide threshold. Let's say 20 slot. 20 stacks provide threshold. So once there's 20 stacks of red circuits available, it will make them available. We'll bring this line down to there. Oh, we need to get... We need to get this line through, so let's do this. We'll take a copy of that to fit here. We have an extra couple of belts to remove, but that's fine. Okay, then we bring this over and down. Right, and that should be those connected. That one, and connect that one. Now we just need to finish connecting the outputs. Oh, I also need to bring in the copper. Thank you, Blendle. Welcome. How are you this evening? Alright, so now we just need this copper to be connected. And make sure that we have it connected all the way down the line. Perfect. We now have our new red circuit production up and running. We've only spent about 2 hours assembling this thing. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. There's always that follow button to catch the stream the next time, too. Production. Red circuits. Look at that spike on the 10-minute line. So this looks like we're currently sitting at 600 over the last minute. Well, we should be hitting right about 1,000, probably just over overall. from 166 per minute to right about 1,000 per minute. A little bit of bouncing around, but pretty darn solid overall. I can be fairly happy with that level of output. Cool. That will help a ton of things. Right, that copper, or that red circuit production enables a boatload of other things to be working. I think what we do, well, first of all, we need to send this train to go get restocked. I think our next task, so this is 1.4, I think we got it set to, what did I say, 10 stacks? 20 stacks. So it's got about a quarter of the way to having a supply going there. I think we bring our train, our rail train back over and finish building out this block. Go to here. We need to finish building out this block of rail so we can do other stuff around it. And then let's see. I think we'll turn off our robots. We'll work on getting... We'll get out of this intersection as quickly as we can. There we go. This has 2,000 landfill on it. That's good. Because we're going to need a pretty substantial chunk of landfill to finish this this block. Let's see, what time is it? It is almost 11. I should just put the time up here, but then that will make me sad when time just vanishes on me. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get all this done. About there. That goes. Didn't have the track put on it yet. Building this stuff with the train is so much better. It's still a pain because we have to wait for the landfill to be placed before we can place the blueprint with the rail on it. But the capacity of the amount of material that the train can carry for doing these builds is so much higher. Do that. think this is all in place. We just have to drive to the corner. I think there's a little bit on the next side. We don't have very much landfill left in the train, so we probably can't complete all of the rail. But we can put a radar down here. So that we can at least see this corner. We need to put some landfill in the middle and put a radar over here as well. I just love seeing the swarms of robots dropping out the dropping all the rail off. I don't know what that was that we just got. Alright, we're out of landfill. We have to back up and switch to the other rail up there. And we'll have to come back to finish this this leg rail, since we don't have enough landfill to do it. Okay, so we're keeping up on the plastic and brick. Copper is doing nicely. Stone is doing all right. Just about through building this block. Whoa, 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 whoa. Overshoot. Okay, back to unload. And reload with more stuff. We're getting a decent supply of landfill in our little landfill producer. That's good. And then I think so we got our red circuits ramped up. Red circuit upgrade. I think we have these loaders being made now. I was debating on the mini block refinery. We definitely don't want the... Oh, well, the mini block refinery is done. We don't want the circuits because the circuits... The recipe for the circuits is different. New supply requester. That's the... Supply requester and the mall are sort of the same sort of concept that I was thinking of. Okay, I want to go back over here and finish this section. Finish that rail so we're not leaving it undone. Because that will... If we don't do that now, we'll probably forget about it and it will cause us problems later. We do have some coal down here. We should look at collecting. This copper is not going to be collected. This. There we go. Go back to our unload and reload this train again. And think about the next things that we want to do. So one of our big resource issues is oil. That's going to be slowing down our production of things like plastic and everything. Power-wise, how are we doing? We're touching the 300 megawatts used now. Not too shabby. So we definitely need more oil. I think one of the ways I want to get that oil is to get these guys up and running. It's not a huge amount of stuff, but I think getting these up and running would be beneficial. So this is the core mining. We should be seeing all of the stuff. Why has it not done the steel pumps though? That's a question. Surely we have steel pumps in stock. We don't. Why don't we have steel pumps in stock? Would be the next question. We have 500 of them. Divide threshold is 100. Okay, so we're sending 400 out. Oh wait, there they are. So why are we not getting... Which network are we on? Let's just set this to all. I really need to go through and revisit how I choose networks. Because I think I had started to segment the LTN network up and did a terrible job of it. And I think I need to revisit how I do that and maybe not have it segmented the same way. I know the self-building factory stuff has it segmented, but I don't know if I like how it's segmented for that either. Okay, so that's getting pumps delivered. So what else? So the pulverizers and... Okay, so let's make a miscellaneous random stuff stop. So this is going to be rail for stations, 2 train, 4-car stop, or 4-car loop will be sufficient. We're going to put a multi-requester that's basically just going to be offloading everything that it gets into provider boxes. And then we'll have... and before I send this train back, I'm going to go down there and put some landfill in. Oops. Hello, autosave. Let's do a real save so that it keeps our save name and stuff. Before I send the train on its way, I'm going to take it down to that corner, put some landfill in, get a radar in that corner. Hello, Miss Sapphire, or Mississippi Sapphire. I don't know why we're Miss Sapphire. That's like half your name. I left all the yippies off. How are you tonight? Welcome to my insanity. We have spent the last chunk of time, good 2 hours or so on this, building out this monstrosity to make red circuits. And we're now making about 1,000 red circuits per minute. 1,000 per hour would not be nearly as impressive, but this monstrosity makes 1,000 circuits per minute. Never lived in Mississippi, just made a random name. I mean, that's sort of how that stuff works. So we'll do that. We'll grab that guy. Boom. Not yet on this save. So this is all still in Nalvis. This is as far as we let the scan go before we just cancel the scan, because it's already quite large, and one of the things that the scanning everything does is it makes the save bigger, which makes it take longer to save, which in turn makes the autosave more annoying. Let's also, while we're at it, connect this. And we're just going to go ahead and build this out while we're here. We're at a cafe, waiting for orange coffee and carrot cake. Orange coffee. Describe orange coffee. I've had orange juice and coffee. Usually a brew into ice or similar for the coffee. Orange coffee. Do describe. Wow, that stopped that train. Orange flavored chocolate. Okay. So I guess, I mean, it's more describe what how it's the brew style and stuff. Is it just like espresso shots mixed with an orange flavoring? Is it coffee mixed to filter brew coffee mixed into orange juice? These are the things I am most curious about. I'm going to take this train over here, like that. Yeah. I can see it working with the right coffee. So that's not the why. That's not what makes me more curious about it. Don't know anything about coffee. Well, there is some good coffee for you. I did a sponsorship with Cometeer a month and a half ago. And I am keeping my subscription, and as a self-proclaimed, others proclaimed coffee geek, that's probably about the highest praise you can expect. So I want a 4-car requester, 4-car multi-requester, and then I want a 4-car multi-provider. Apparently that's all I got. It is not my company. But I have had their coffee. Their coffee is Knight approved, which, like I said, is not something, hey, 25,000 advanced circuits per hour. That's not something that is easily granted. I am pretty picky about coffee. Um, thinking. Brain stalled. Please wait. Please insert 1/4 to continue. Okay, so we need LTN Combinator. Yeah, that one. This is a requester. All nets. 261. Request stack threshold 1. Two stacks of things. Look at them go! What are we waiting on for science? We're apparently waiting on rocket cards. Put a picture in Discord. Interesting. So the foam, milk foam suggests that that is espresso. So probably like size-wise, I'm guessing probably latte style drink with the orange on top, maybe with some orange flavoring. I'm guessing the pearls are like a vanilla type of pearl. Well, espresso is just a way of brewing coffee. A lot of the flavoring that you get from coffee just depends on how it's brewed, and I think I need to greatly increase. Well, maybe not greatly. I think I need to increase the amount of uh, things that are making these science cards. We only have one. PhD in coffee, no. I do not have any degrees in coffee whatsoever. I just spend a stupid amount of time obsessing with it. I very much enjoy its flavor. We need to put a LTN combinator here. All nets. Provide stack threshold 1. Say 3 trains. And 3 trains. Perfect. But yeah, I just spend a silly amount of time obsessed with coffee because, well, it's just how it goes. Okay, so if I do this, we can order some Kisrick requester chests. Let's say 5 stacks of these. And we should get those delivered. Yes? Yes, LTN? We're waiting on here. We're still waiting on the stack inserters and the filter, or the fast inserter, or fast loaders rather. But it looks like we got all the pumps delivered, so that's good. We do have circuits now. We have, I think this is sending provide of 100, so we should see those fast loaders. 3D print a coffee machine. I don't know that... I guess... so, coffee is a weird thing. I don't use a machine to make coffee in general. I've been tempted on occasion to go down the espresso line, the espresso rabbit hole, to kind of make that type of stuff, but that's a whole different game. That's fine. I'm just kind of spot checking some of the resources. We are low on iron. We need to get more iron into production. I'm trying to find the fast loaders and see how many do we have. We've got 144. Maybe once they get over 200, they'll show up. They're getting made now, so at least there's that. Why did we not get... Food network, -1. This should be fine. Are the Kisric the Kisric boxes are not showing up on the network. That's weird. Let's say 10. Okay, so this is output. Is that making them show up? Why does this not work? So it's not cold brew. So what Cometeer does is they get specialty coffees from a bunch of different roasters. They have a very rigid process that they use to brew the coffee. I think it's probably more... the way they brew is probably more like an full immersion brewing. Probably. I don't know for sure what exact method they're using for brewing, but they get pretty high extraction ratios off of it. And then what they do is they flash freeze the brewed coffee into the capsules. The capsules are sealed. They're so there's no air in the capsule. It's sealed. It might be sealed with nitrogen as a capping gas, basically. But they ship it to you frozen, and you basically, when you go to make your coffee, you thaw out the capsule. You either add hot or cold water or hot or cold milk, depending on what particular type of drink you would like. And you're left with a pretty tasty coffee from that. It's 10 things. Is this just not... So this has everything on both wires. This is a provide. This has... Oh, I know what's wrong here. I can't easily fix what's wrong here. Not from this view. I guess we're gonna go fix that because I need more logistics boxes. More requester boxes. So, generally speaking, I wouldn't generally go towards like free brewed coffee or pods or things like that. These are not, they're not pods. They are similar in the pace at which you can make coffee to how you can do it with pods, but it's different than brewing coffee with pods because the coffee is already brewed. It's there's the way it's filtered and made. It's completely clear. There's no grounds left over or anything like that. How do I fix this station? What can I do to fix this? I mean, I don't know if I can really factor in cost because that's a lot personal preference. I put Starbucks as my lowest acceptable coffee. Like that's the lowest acceptable quality level, and pretty much the only thing I ever get at Starbucks is mocha. Starbucks coffee is by and large over roasted. Most of what I taste in Starbucks is the roast, not the coffee, and I don't really care for that. The mocha, doing it as a mocha, the chocolate offsets the roastiness of the coffee and balances the bit of bitterness that is in their coffee because that's what people expect out of coffee. Generally speaking, people expect they expect strong coffee to be bitter, and that's not what makes coffee strong. Lighter roasts are actually higher in caffeine than darker roasts. Favorite coffee franchise with 50 plus stores. So I've had coffee from 2 of those, Starbucks and Tim Hortons. I did not care for Tim Hortons. Starbucks is that's what I consider to be lowest acceptable. Honestly, if you want good coffee, find a local coffee shop. Like if you want good coffee that somebody else is making for you, find a local coffee shop that ideally does their own roasting, and you're going to get better coffee than you'll ever get from Starbucks or any of those chains. I think even the worst coffee shops the worst local coffee shops that roast their own coffee are going to be better than any of the chains. 100% every single time. How do I fix this without just tearing out the whole thing? I put the wrong type of stop here, is the problem. Everyone drinks Americanos, which is basically just espresso diluted with hot water. I mean, it's not horrible, but not really my jam. The problem I have here is I don't know where has the gold standard for a good coffee shop. I don't know what kind of I don't know where you would find better coffee from that environment. I guess I'm just not going to be able to order these remotely because I don't know how to fix this station without redoing a whole bunch of stuff. And I don't feel like messing with it. We're going to go back over here. Making bacon. This is going to be... This will be a... What other foods or drinks am I connoisseur of? I don't know. Like, coffee is my big thing. Coffee, so I guess chocolate would be the other big one. I absolutely adore good dark chocolates. And I know especially in dark chocolate realm, good is very, or can be very subjective. But to me, a good 100% dark from a couple, there's a few regions that are just amazing that I can't think of off the top of my head. Coffee or chocolate is kind of like coffee in that the region growing, the way that the coffee or the chocolate is handled, and a whole bunch of other stuff like that makes a huge difference in the quality of the chocolate. And good chocolate is just, it's so good. And it's good for you, too. Okay, so we get that cleared out. I want mid requester roboport. We'll put that down. We're going to say in here, we're going to request logistics robots 200. We're going to request construction robots 200. And then we're also going to request repair packs 200. Not 200 stacks. That's a terrible idea. 200. Why get filled immediately? Oh well, that's fine. Then we do mid stuff. Merge provider loader. We'll do right there. Come on, give me stuff. We got plenty of robots. Sommelier for coffee. Sommelier. I recognize the word, but I don't have a meaning for sommelier in my head. Ooh, what is that? Oh, immersive. With biter meteors. Cool. A wine steward. Probably. That is probably a thing. I wonder if I can hook this up so that this gets fed by all of the other requests I'm doing. I guess if I just hook this up to... If I hook this up to the various spots that I'm running wires, I might be able to do some convenient things. Alright, so I want to do... easily. 100%. I am not I don't have amazing palette, but that level of difference, absolutely 100%. Okay, now we're getting a train. Okay, cool. That's fine. So the things I want to make here. Tesla coil sounds like a good one. We could make some random well, no, we'll put that elsewhere. I think that all makes sense to make elsewhere. We need a big thing for doing that. In the game, oil, I think, is our biggest bottleneck at the moment. 6x6, 6x6. So we could make a thruster suit. to cover that stuff. We should make a stop to make heat shielding at some point. I mean, you can pipe it underground, but that's... You can send it around with pipes, but when you're talking about going from, say, this oil field up here to Z oil, I don't even know what. I don't even know what I've been naming those stops, so we'll say this is Z oil A, whatever. When you're going from like up here to one of the refineries is way down here. Other refinery stuff is over on this side. Doing that with pipes would just be a nightmare. There are some teleporter mods out there, but trains is the big way. With the space exploration and Cristorio, you can use nav satellites to do a lot of interaction, but you have to have bots and stuff to do any remote construction that way. Okay, so let's focus here. We need pulverizers. Do I want to bring in raw materials, or I guess pipes is easy enough to make, so we'll bring in, well, we're making one of those now. So we're going to say where's our, I guess, well, we're going to need to have this Roboport coverage all over the place anyway. So we're going to start in this space over here. We're going to say, and we also need to do some big power stuff here. Big power energy. So we're going to say this will make us some pipes. We have one of these. Requesting iron plates. We'll say 30. We'll use a stack inserter. This is making pipes. And it's going to go to a box like that. Halfway through the first episode of the podcast. Nice. What do you think so far? I wonder, what do I have these set to? 150 on the Y, total logistics. I'm going to set that to X and do... Oh, that's what I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about making it so that it would have... Well, 150 is probably... We can probably do stuff. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Maybe I need to just manually set these so that I can kind of tune where some of the stuff is. I'm surprised D-Paint isn't normalizing that more, but D-Paint's doing all the editing and stuff. I will mention that you'd said that, though, just so he's aware. It's also possible that it's tricky to balance it as well. I don't know how I don't know what his editing workflow is for that type of stuff. We're each recording audio separately, so the audio channels is all locally recorded. But yeah, everybody has different mic setups. I think some of the mic setups may have changed mid-flow. Actually, I don't know, because I think they got their new mics before we started recording. But we've changed a little bit on how some of the stuff is set up now. So this, I need iron plates. Let's say 50 there. So let's see. How do I want to manage all of these requests? I don't really want to manage all of these independently. Multiplayer format for games. So some Fridays we do random games that sometimes we people will join us for. It just depends on what's going on. If we have open space, then generally people can join. Need to buy a Windows PC, you bought a PS5 instead. That makes it more difficult. So we're going to say 10 stacks of that. We're going to say 20 stacks of that. And 20 stacks of that, because I know we're going to need those for other stuff. This is going to make pulverizers. I try. Let's see. So this, we need one of these boxes will go here. Talk about dirt, it'd be interesting. Well, so as it happens, I'm not particularly knowledgeable about dirt. Steel 10, and then concrete 10. Okay, so that covers that one's production. We're going to take those out to one of these guys. And then I think what I'm going to do for loading into the store, or into the, basically into shipping. So, a funny thing, I never really did college. I did some in high school, but not any significant amount. I just have very, very diverse interests in just a whole pile of random stuff. So if we set this to be... I can't run wires to these. These are annoying, honestly. They're just annoying. That's the short version of this. We'll just request one. That's not the one I wanted to request, though. I want pulverizers. One. And then we're going to take a wire from here to here. This is going to be enabled if pulverizers are less than... let's say less than 20. That should be more than one stack. Right? Maybe? Build miniature houses, yeah. Bro boxing certificate. I need to... So, I need to do more on the physical side. I am incredibly lazy on that front. I need to get... So, I want to do... I want to get back... I would like to get back to hockey, but I don't know how realistic that is time-wise, because it just takes a lot of time. And I'm busy playing games on the internet for fun and whatever. I mean, there's a rink that's relatively close to me. It's just the motivation to actually do stuff out of the house. Because I work from home, so that's kind of part of how the scope is. They have rec league. They've got like rec leagues there, and there's I mean, there's definitely options. But and like I'm a goaltender, so I think I could easily get games. It's more just a matter of no, I am not in Canada. I'm about as far as you can get from Canada while still being in the U.S. Yes, this all should be good to go for the pulverizers. Okay, so we have pulverizers being made. I don't need a lot of them, so I'm not going to worry about really ramping that up. Do we not have... These are made in a fuel refinery. Do I not have that fuel refinery? Life support, fuel processor. Where's a fuel refinery? I don't see it. So, there's no Tim Hortons close to me. The only Tim Hortons I've ever had was... where was I at the time? I don't even remember where I was at the time. I'm going to put a request for batteries in here, because I'm assuming we'll make something using batteries. We'll say 5 stacks of batteries is enough. Nah, not really. I have done a little bit. I've dabbled in software development in my world, but not. That's not what I do for money. Put this one... Yeah, that's fine if it's not directly connected. Yes, we should have an iron delivery on the way. Let's see. We're almost done making that. Writer for a magazine and attending university. Busy, busy, busy. Built immunity equipment I don't need. What I would like is this energy absorber. Because this thing be really charging fast. And I think the other thing I want to do is make... So the thruster suit needs life support equipment, which is made in life support facility. Do I have one of those in my pocket per chance? I don't think so. I think I made them, though. Or did I not make... I don't know if I made those or not. Low density structures. Do I have them in network? Doesn't look like it, so I probably didn't make them. Once week, typically 300 to 500 words. That seems relatively short, but I don't know. I don't know what that equates to in terms of length specifically. Dedicated poetry column. Ah, okay. Okay, so I will need this life support facility at some point. I don't know if this is the right place to make those or not. We need to get processing units made, but I don't want to make those here. We don't have processing units to make. Very little. Enough to be dangerous. Okay, hopefully we're getting a battery delivery here. So we got pulverizers being made. If it's a really good website, that seems okay. But it'd have to be a good website for that. I guess I could make... Do I have glass in this system anywhere? I do have heat shielding this system, so that's the thing. I don't have glass produced into trains, though. I guess I could request stone and just make a quick stone loop for that. Let's make one of these energy absorbers. These are 2x2. Where's this Tesla? Okay, I want that out of there as well. Mainly because I want to see just how quickly this thing works. Oh, I'm being shocked. $5.5 megawatts. Any of the Worlds games, like League of Legends Worlds. I watched some of them. I haven't done any of them live. How far can we go? Not very. Still really cool looking. Groups in San Francisco a few years ago. Cool. Okay. I don't know how much I like that, because those things are loud. That thing be super loud. NHL, yes. NHL is great live. I don't watch on TV very often. I find that because I play, I find that the camera, I find they tend to be behind the play. So where I would want to look and where the camera's at are two completely different things. Okay, so we have that thing. We need... I guess we could make some local glass. That's not too bad. I have seen those types of things. It does happen, not very often, because most of the... Generally speaking, it's pretty rare for to end up in a case where you have both your both your goaltenders off down. But it does happen. I am not even remotely that good to be on even on the rink standby. I do have so my leg pads are custom Brian's goalie gear. The pattern that's the layout on them is my adaptation from Hitchhiker's Guide, and it is pinned to my Twitter. So we're going to do that. We're going to say stone, both of those. But yeah, it's custom gear. Surprisingly not terrible on cost. Like it was, I want to say maybe couple $100 markup or so. Oh yeah, I didn't want to have these because it made it slow. And then we'll have a furnace. Let's see. It's so you're talking about the jersey or the leg pads? The jersey is from hang on. Shoot, what is their... I can't think of their name now. The jersey is not my design. The jersey is not from Brian's Goaltenders. It's from... There's a company that does... they have like a handful of designs. Fan hockey jerseys. But they do all sorts of stuff, and now I can't think of their name. Even though I get... I see tweets from them all the time. That's Geeky Jerseys. That's the name of it. So that's where I got the jersey from. But the leg pads are custom Brian goalies. Brian's goaltenders. And are not cheap, but good gear is not... Good hockey gear is not cheap. And it's good hockey gear. Do that. So that'll give us glass. And then I want... I don't know if I like... I like the concept of the Tesla coil, but it is super loud. It's kind of obnoxiously loud. I mean, it's big enough for them to do their stuff with anyway. I have a few of their jerseys. The custom, basically, you can get the jerseys with the default setup, with whatever is showing in the pictures, fairly quickly. And then the way they do the custom orders, if you do a custom order with your name and number on it, then they basically, while that one is open for orders, you can put the order in, and then once they close the orders for it, that's when they start, when they actually make them. I don't know how many of each jersey they make, but there's certainly enough of a market to keep them busy. I think pretty much all of my jerseys that I play are not for jerseys like that. So the like rec league teams are, if they're ordering custom jerseys, they're ordering them from some of the gear suppliers because most players don't want to spend $110 on a jersey that they're going to play. Even the, like, I have custom jerseys that are not that one that I would play for most teams. I would only play my Hitchhiker's jersey, the good ones, for if the team was basically named Hitchhikers or something. That's the only time that jersey got played. On the ice, anyway. I am just, like, not... I mean, I'm a goaltender, so, you know, I don't do the whole swapping out thing. I'm very picky. I take all the ice time. But generally you have a team captain that's calling out that type of stuff. Or whoever... Like, from the goaltender perspective, I'm looking to... If we're down by one towards the end of the game and we're looking to pull the goaltender, get the extra skater, then I'm looking towards the bench to basically making sure that they're paying attention for when I skate, and that's what we want to do as a team and things like that. But I'm usually looking for... There's usually a couple of players that are going to be paying attention to for that type of a thing. And usually before you have a play like that, you're looking for a timeout before that, so you can make sure everybody's on the same page on when things happen. Very rarely, and typically the players that start it get thrown out. Like they get banned from the league. Rec league hockey is a bit different than pro hockey because everybody is paying to be there. Everybody is paying for their ice time. Nobody wants to... Yeah, people don't want to give up on their ice time, so it's generally pretty well behaved. There are penalties. There are skaters that don't pay attention to what's going on and get themselves in trouble, but for the most part, it's pretty well behaved. I am also just, like, not doing anything in the game right now. I'm very distracted. Rec League Soccer and match have fight every 1 to 5 games. That's crazy. That's just way too much. Like, hockey is a very rough sport, but I did ghost scanners in the LTN network before, right? Yeah, they're in there. And the speakers are in there. What else can I put in here? I guess I could do these, because I think radar is in the system, right? Ghost scanners are a mod, correct. And basically all they're doing is, if we look at this block over here that's under construction, so you can see there's a bunch of stuff that's not built. All of these things aren't built. What the ghost scanner does is it looks at the Roboport network and tells you all of the things that aren't yet built in that network. Why is this not getting... Are those not provided yet? Surely we have enough of them now. I'm in full rabbit mode, or full squirrel mode right now. 165. So those have been getting shipped elsewhere. No, it's not you. It's not just you. I'm kind of in that mode where even if I wasn't paying attention to chat, my brain is just like, there's too many things, and you're just not going to focus on any of them now. Partially because a couple of the bigger things are sort of in a holding state. I know what else I need to build is core mining drills. These guys. This I can definitely do pretty easily. So I need circuits and the electric mining drills. So we get some circuits. Let's say 5 stacks of circuits. And electric mining drills. Let's say 4 stacks of those. We'll say 20 and 50. Yeah, actually, that's fine. Let's swap those. This is going to be, no, 1 slot. I might need more. Yeah, I need 1 more slot for this. Let's say 50. 50, because I don't care how fast these are made. Over time, they will be made plenty fast enough. And then the last thing is the steel. Steel, 20. Okay, so that's core mining drills. I'm going to go up here. Green wire. Core mining drills. And we're going to say less than 10 of those. 10 should be plenty. Request 1 of those. I think those don't stack, so I think that's basically 10 of them. All right. So that's core mining drills being made. That's pulverizers being made. So that's both. That gets this. Are those not present? How can I make... How do I make this thing do what I want it to do? So I want it to provide on 2 of those. 2 of those. Let's say that's trying to tell it that we have 80 of them. We don't have 80 of them. Okay, blueprints, auxiliary, 4-car multi-provider. The station can provide multiple items, each with separate minimum loading. Configured in the provide. Logic ensures that won't exceed the request. Risk leaving and servers hanging. Min length must be changed. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so... Separate minimum loading. So we have... So that should be putting the pulverizers in here. Let's look at stations. Miscellaneous. Oh no, it's random stoof. Random stoof has nothing. Why is random stoof not getting its provide instructions? It has that part, and it's supposed to be doing 1 stack. What if I set this to 0 and this to 5? Random stuff still has nothing in the provide. Not showing anything in the red. Like we have 20 of them. I'm telling it I want 2 minimum. If I say 1, that still doesn't get it. Okay, why? We now have 1 core mining drill. I don't know why this provide station is not doing what it's supposed to do. I want it to just be able to provide a small number of these things. The problem I have is I can definitely adjust this to make sure that it sends the signal out saying that it's there. What I don't know how to do for sure is get this to cooperate and make sure that it only sends or that it only puts the correct size out here, or that it sets the inserters correctly when a train comes for it. What if I set this to 10? Will that get you the signal out there? They're still not on the red that goes into the input. Well, I don't really want to have... Like, that's 4 stacks of these pulverizers already. I mean, I guess I could set this to 40. That's a lot of slots for the core mining drills. Okay, so we got 30 of them. Yeah, we're still not sending... let's say 1 again. Put it on the red. Just put it on the red signal. Okay, so I think the inserter stuff all comes off of these. It's very tempting to just put a combinator up here, combine, and just take the green signal from the boxes and output it on red to the stop. Bypass all of the weird provider nonsense. We're just gonna do that because I don't have any things. We're just gonna use a math combinator to change a green signal to a red signal. I take green from here. I'm going to say each plus 0, output each. Then I'm going to take red, like that. And now if we look at hello random stuff, show me what you got. Apparently that made somebody happy. Hey, there we go. Those have appeared on the network. Perfect. So I think 40 of those is fine. We're going to set this back down to 20. We'll do 20 core mining drills. That's an acceptable number of those. Let's say for these 50. Cool. So is that so this is my better red circuits, or better inserters. Better inserters. I don't see... I bet this signal is still overriding it. It's sending 72. I don't know why it's sending 72. The numbers that it gives don't make any sense. Taking 100 off of it. If I tell it 100, then it doesn't report any of them. Then I don't understand what it's doing. Well, that'll work. Might not be efficient, but it'll work. It will get me what I want. Oh, our research is cruising right along. Let's do some rocket reusability, rocket survivability. Let's do some belts, some space belts, some space fluids. How about an advanced lab? Those all sound fantastic. Okay, so how are we doing up here now? So we got everything installed, it looks like, except the fast loaders. And electric boilers. Electric boilers. Pipes, heat shield, steel, and copper. Let's do a request for copper. Oh, and heat shields. Heat shields. Let's say 4 stacks. That should be fine. And then we'll go back here. We're going to say copper 20, heat shields 20. Alright, we're going to pass these. We get those set up around. And then the electric boilers, I said I need pipe heat shield, steel, and copper. So let's do assembler. I'm just going to do that here because why not? That and that. One slot will do. This is going to make electric boilers. And then this needs copper. Then this one, I'm going to put the pipe request in. Okay, so that's done. Now I just need to make the spot up here for it. This will be electric boilers less than 20. That should be plenty. Okay. That'll do. That's this station all ready to go. So now we need cores. Calidus Asteroid Belt 2. There's a core spot there. Let's see. This single car for... Well, we could do this, and we just have to modify the spot those rails come in. Alright, so let's go get the train, and then... Oh, I should probably pick up a core miner. Let's do 1, 2, 3 of those. We should have plenty of power to be able to handle that. We'll send the train to the construction depot first, and then we'll send it on its way to restock. I don't think we've used a whole lot of stuff out of it, but still like to keep it fully stocked whenever we can. Off you go. I see some stuff over here that needs to be fixed. So we're going to do a quick pause here to let the train fix that stuff. And then we're going to go as quickly as we can fix the rail that is currently being routed over the core mining drill over here. Where did I even put it? Actually, there's one right here. Can we do that one without? This is probably easier to do that one than the other one. Just because there's less landfill. That's the only reason why it'd be easier. Place this here. And we... Where is my deghoster? Did I somehow... Oh, there it is. Okay. Go park here for a minute. We'll fix the rail extras that we have here. I swear that happens every single time I do rail placement. Okay. Place that. 100% effective. We're going to take some belts. I don't care about train. You can go here. Blueprints. 4-car provider. Like so. You can go unload. I don't have any of the stuff we need, specifically related to boxes and similar. Construction train. I'm going to need you to come down and park right here. While that train is making its way here, which fortunately I was able to do fairly quickly, we're going to do a provider chest loader, like so. Remove those. Place with those. Merge the boxes. Go, and then we'll take and feed it in. Okay, that's a problem. We just put a whole bunch of cores in that train. We can fix it, but the now this cores A. All right, cool. That train, this train station is ready. Network is going to be -1. 160 stacks. I mean, if it gets... I guess that's fine. We can do 2 trains. I think technically we can do 3, but 2 is fine. So this gets us cores. This gets our core processing started. And we just need to do that 2 more times. Basically, one of these core mining drills will do 15 per second. 2 of them will do like something around 12 per second each. Maybe like 10 per second each. And then 3 of them will do like 8 per second each. And after that, it just gets less and less total. There is one here. Blueprints. Let's go park here. I don't know why I keep dropping out of the map view. We're gonna get this one set up really quick because we should be able to do that with getting both of the trains shipped up here. Both of the trains running up here. It shouldn't take very long too. That I saw. Ah, there is. Right by the steel foundry. Oh wow, we don't have much steel. What are we missing for steel? We don't have iron going in. Are we... We are apparently hurting that badly for iron. So 2 of them get 10 per second each. And then we'll get the stop put together real quick. Let's see, that's urge. Right, on your way. Blueprints. 4-car provider. This is going to be Z, Navis, Core B. Boxes, green inserters. Power poles. Power poles. There we go. Okay, that part's done. Then a spider chest loader. All right, and then there we go. All right, so let's toss those cores in there. Cores. I just about got hit by a train. There we go. That should be all the cores on the train, right? Yeah. Cool. Now we can get these stuck in here. Set this to -1. I think I set the other one to... Oh, I think I set left the other one set at 160, but that's fine. So let's see, this is at 24, 21, so it should get... Should show those cores available fairly soon. Getting the cores... Getting the core processing started will help our iron and our coal. Our copper is doing okay. Our coal is doing okay. There's one shipment of cores already in progress. Cool. Decide we are gonna go over there. We 1,200 cores. I think we actually loaded more than the target value, but I think that's fine for what we're doing with those. We'll go drop these off, and we're already at 12:30. I should have been wrapping up like 45 minutes ago, but that's what this game does to me. Let's look and see what we got. I think we'll be looking towards some chill gardening. Right, cores. The first chunk of cores. Y. Output full. Wait. Okay, so core fragment processing. Core fragment. What is it? Why is this? For fragment processing. Wait, can I focus what these go to? Core fragment mineral water, core fragment coal, crude oil core fragment. No, these are all just different types of cores. Oh, I think I see what's going on. This has more things. more things are being exported than this had originally been designed for. Okay, so Pyroflux is in the middle, doing Pyrofluxy things. Oil, mineral water. So I just need... Is it just the... This one that I actually connected here. I didn't actually need that connection. I guess it's fine to have that connection. That's fine. What I need is to route the water somewhere. This has mineral water going into it. So this was... The mineral water is what it was thinking was going to be water. Okay, so... I guess what I can do is set up a... If I copy this... Well, okay, so I'm going to leave myself standing here with a fix water output from core processing. Add to the top, confirm. Because if I don't stop now, I'm going to start getting into fixing this, and I really need to wrap things up here before I end up going for a couple more hours. We're going to raid Twin Mines. Twin is doing some garden simulator tonight, so nice and chill. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate it. We will be doing probably more of this tomorrow. Unless I get the feeling that I feel like doing the space exploration side, or if King comes back and says, "Hey, let's start Piano Dons tonight," then we might do Piano Dons. Start Piano Dons early. But that's gonna do it for tonight. I'm gonna hit the raid button. We're gonna say hi to Twin. I'm probably gonna raid and run because it's already midnight 30, whatever. 12:30, whatever. So yeah, that's